أحسنوا الحسنى وزيادة ولا يرهق وجوههم قتر ولا ذلة.
الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. Dear viewers, we welcome you in Qanat al-Huda with a new series of the title of Errors and Correction concerning worshipping. This will be the first episode of this series by name of Errors and Corrections. The ultimate goal of this series is just to clarify and clear some of the errors or the common errors which many Muslims really commit without noticing, or because they are not aware with is it lawful or isn't lawful. So we will go, inshallah, I will be tackling many errors in worshipping, which is in daily life, and also the correction of this. We'll start now, inshallah ta'ala, with the tahara, purification. It is not lawful for the Muslim to urinate in the steady water. So any Muslim want to urinate, it should be in the toilet or away from the steady water. If he is actually, let's say, in a desert, or he should also should not also urinate, in public, or people can see him. He should hide himself behind a tree or a rock. This is it is not really lawful. It is not actually from politeness point of view that the person urinate in public or people who see him. Also, same thing for natural discharge. Same thing applies for natural discharge. If a person need to urinate or pass stool, he should also go inside the toilet. If he is not in the house, is not in the office, he also must, let's say he's in open place, must really go behind a rock or behind a tree. He should not expose his private parts to the people, because this is actually against, our Islamic teaching. Also, the Muslim, some Muslim, without noticing, or because they're not aware of the rule, when they pass natural discharge, the Muslim should not face Qibla, should not face Mecca. Either face it or give it his back or her back. He should go to the left of the Qibla or to the right of the Qibla. Unfortunately, even in the house, when the Muslim is building his own house, he should be careful how, to erect his toilet. It should not be facing Qibla if he can. But some ulama, some scholars, they say if it's, there is a wall or, a siege between the toilet and the Qibla, it's no problem. But if you can, when you're building your own home, that to avoid the toilet should not face in Qibla, it is better. Also, when you are cleaning yourself with water, you should not use your right hand. Many people using the right hand, and the correction or the correct way, actually, when you are washing, cleaning your private parts after the natural discharge or urine, you should actually take the hose or the water in your right hand, and then you clean with your left hand. Also, the person, the man, should not touch his private part with his right hand. Especially the man, he should not really touch his private part with his right hand. It should be, if he wants to hold his private part, especially the penis, he should actually hold it with his left hand, not from the right. And many people make this mistake or this actually error by holding their private part, especially the men, with his right hand. And this is actually lawful. It is not actually from Islamic teaching. You should be actually holding it with your left hand. Also, when you wake up, when you are sleeping, of course, nobody knows. Everybody, of course, when he's sleeping, he doesn't know where his hand goes, because when when somebody's sleeping, he's almost dead, and he doesn't really exactly know where his hand slept on. So it is better that when you woke up, first of all, you wash your hand before you put it in the water, especially if the water, it's not coming from a hose. It's putting in a pot. If it's in a pot, then you should not put your right hand immediately after you wake up. You should actually wash your hand first outside, then you can put your hand on the pot. There are some times salat is forbidden, even it's worshipping. There are times Islam has forbidden the Muslim not to perform salah during this time, and this one of this time when the sunrise. At the time sunrise, it is not permitted that you pray or performing salah. Also, when after performing Salat al-Fajr, unless some people, they perform salah after sunrise. But if you haven't done the sunnah, which is obligatory sunnah, there is a obligatory sunnah, 2 rak'ah before Salat al-Fajr. But if you didn't have the time, let's say you walked into the masjid and then the imam is already performing Salat al-Fajr, then the sunnah that you should join him. You should not go and mix the sunnah. No, you should join the imam, and then after you through from Salat al-Fajr with the imam, then you go and perform a sunnah, the one you missed. The one you missed. Also, if you initiate Salat al-Sunnah al-Fajr, and then you hear the imam or the muadhin is making iqamah, if you haven't reached the second rak'ah, then you should stop. You should just discontinue your sunnah, and then you go and join the imam. Because some people insist to perform sunnah, even the salah, the obligatory salah, already initiated or began. If the Salat Fajr began and you haven't finished the second rak'ah, you did not reach the second rak'ah, you should discontinue the sunnah, and then you just go to the imam, join the imam, and then after you finish Salat al-Fajr, then you go and make the sunnah, the one you missed before salah. No. Also, some people they do their houses, like graves. Unfortunately, many people in their houses, they don't read the Quran, they don't perform salah in their houses. It is exactly like graves, like cemetery. So it is a sunnah that you really make sunnah alive in your house for you and your family, your children. Try to make nafil or sunnah, which is we call volunteer prayer. You pray like sunnah, reading the Quran, make the Quran at your home all the time loud, especially Surah Al-Baqarah, because any house that Surah Al-Baqarah, the chapter of Baqarah is being reciting in that house, then inshallah no shaitan will approach that inshallah inshallah. Also, one of the errors that many Muslims they fall into, erasing the imam during salah. See, there are 4 conditions the follower, the one who following the imam, sometimes they fall in that error. Either he erased the imam, that means he is actually the imam is actually he's making ruku' and he's already went to sujood, and this is actually erasing the imam. Then racing is not permitted. Violating the imam is not permitting. Performing sujood or ruku' exactly with the imam is not permitted. The best thing out of these four is following the Imam. When the Imam make ruku', then you follow him. That's why the Imam say, Allahu Akbar. After the Imam finish this phrase, Allahu Akbar, and then he bowed, then he bowed and he reached his hand on his knees, then you follow him. Because some people, before the Imam, just once the Imam say Allah, he just go and make ruku', and he is racing. Actually, he will, pass the Imam, But the Sunnah, you should not actually, race the Imam, neither violating him by delaying. You should not delay. You should not be late in making ruku'. You should not be late making sujood. You should not be exactly, same simultaneously with the Imam. The best thing is to follow the Imam. And then we have, let's say it in Arabic, al-musabaqa, al-mukhalafa, al-muwafaqa, al-mutaba'a. So, musabaqa, which is racing the Imam, is not allowed. Al-muwafaqa, exactly in the same time the Imam, this is not allowed. Violating, al-mukhalafa, the Imam is already in ruku' and you're still standing. The Imam is making sujood and you're still making ruku'. This is mukhalafa. The best thing is al-muwafaqa, which means you're following the Imam exactly. After the Imam make ruku', then you come after him. When he makes sujood and he reach, his forehead reach the floor, then you come with the sujood. This is the best, Also, one of the errors that people fall into, when he walked, the Muslim, when he walked into the masjid, and then he found the whole rows, all rows are full. Then he come and he pray, perform salah alone, single, in the end of the masjid. So this is actually not allowed. It is better that you try to find a space and join the musallin, and then go. But if really if you're gonna miss salah, if you think this is the last rak'ah, and then you're gonna miss salah, some scholars say it is allowed. You perform salah behind. Brothers and sisters, we end up this episode this time. We'll see you inshallah next time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.